The people who amaze and inspire us are not those people who maybe breeze through life with little difficulty. It's those who overcome great hardship.
Very true. ABC 7's Linda Carson introduces us to a Suncoast woman who has endured great pain with grace, poise, and dignity. Linda.
Kitty Wintrob was the only child of two adoring parents, and then World War II hit. Her father was called away for the war effort, and Kitty's world became a place of extreme danger. Wintrob was 11 years old when Germany attacked London during the Second World War.
All the school children the government wanted them to be evacuated to the country because they felt that the first day of the war, London would be bombed and everybody would be killed, especially the children.
So Kitty was put on a train without her mother and sent away.
Well, they told us the day before, tomorrow you're going, you bring one change of underwear, your school uniform, and you don't know where you're going.
Young Kitty was miserable in her new location, so she ran away back to London and endured the bliss with her mother.
And my mother and I were petrified.
The devastation was terrible, but finally the war ended. Kitty and her friends hurried to Buckingham Palace that day to join the celebration. The king spoke to the crowd, and then Winston Churchill.
And he came out with his cigar, and shall I say it the way I usually end this thing?
Sure.
Ladies, he was always drunk. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you and God for saving this nation.
She met her husband Ralph at a family Passover. He was visiting from Canada. When he went home, their romance continued by mail. Finally,
then he sent me my ticket. And that was the beginning of the end, shall we say.
They'll soon celebrate their 58th wedding anniversary. They had two children.
My daughter is now 54, and my son was in a car accident 30 years ago. He was 17.
And there was more pain to follow. 17 years ago, she fell downstairs.
And I fell on my face, 16 concrete steps down, and that was the end of that.
She'd lost her sight.
Ralph said, I came home and said I have to get on with it.
And get on with it she did. She wrote a book about her life called I'm Not Going Back, and she's writing a book about her son. And her life lesson?
I think you have to get on with it. I think also I'm in denial, as I said, for a lot of things. And maybe when you're in denial, you can get on with it.
This is Kitty's book, I'm Not Going Back. It was first self-published, and a publisher picked it up. It's now in its third printing. The story of a woman who refuses to give up.